our third Masterworks concert of the season, we introduce another guest conductor to our audiences in Burlington and in Rutland. James Fedek, an incredibly accomplished young man. He used to be the assistant conductor of the Cleveland Orchestra, one of the finest orchestras in the world. He also is a winner of the Schulte Conducting Award. When we hire a guest conductor, we like to give them as much free rein as we can with a program. And then he decided to open the program with a Haydn symphony. Typically a program starts with an overture or an introduction. In this case, it's Symphony No. 88. Haydn wrote a ton of symphonies, and this is one of his most popular ones. And a symphony, for those of you that don't know, is typically a large-scale work with multiple movements. Think of a movement like a chapter in a book. Kind of an unusual way to open a program. The second movement features prominently the oboe and the cello. I'm an oboist, so I'm partial to anything that features the oboe, and it's this beautiful melody that they kind of weave back and forth throughout the orchestra. The first half continues with what is one of my favorite pieces of all time. That's not hyperbole. This genuinely is in my top 10. It's a piece by Igor Stravinsky called Dumbarton Oaks. This weird title, Dumbarton Oaks, is actually the name of an estate just outside Washington, D.C. Robert and Mildred Bliss, the owners of this estate, actually commissioned Stravinsky to write this chamber piece. Probably Stravinsky's greatest genius is his ability to absorb the styles of other composers and make it uniquely his own. Dumbarton Oaks is very much informed by Johann Sebastian Bach, who Stravinsky studied heavily. And this is a great example of Stravinsky's genius, where Bach could sit down and listen to Dumbarton Oaks in its entirety, and at no point would he say, oh yeah, there's that theme from the second movement of... No, but it does very much have echoes of these Brandenburg concertos. While James has never conducted the orchestra before, the VSO does have a reputation around the country for being an uncommonly good state symphony orchestra, and so his idea was to feature the musicians of the VSO in a way that they hadn't really been featured before. And Dumbarton Oaks is for what we would call a chamber ensemble. Because it's a smaller group, there's more opportunity to showcase the musicians of the VSO. Dumbarton Oaks really is an outstanding work of staggering genius, and for me, I would see any concert that has Dumbarton Oaks on it. The second half is just one piece, this second symphony by Robert Schumann, one of the greatest composers of what we call the Romantic era in classical music. He didn't have an easy life health-wise. He suffered from these major breakdowns, and one of the worst of his life was in 1844, right before he wrote this symphony. And this was the first major work that he tackled post-breakdown. He wrote the sketches, like the outline of this symphony, in like a month. Really, really fast, uncommonly fast. But at this point in his life, he was relatively new to writing for full orchestra. So he then took a ton of time, almost a year, to orchestrate the piece, to actually write out the individual parts in the score, and he didn't finish till 3 weeks before the premiere, which any musician will tell you is terrifying to get the music, especially brand new music, 3 weeks before you're performing it. Schumann also loved brass fanfares and brass flourishes. You hear that most, I would say, in this last movement, which, again, despite the health issues that he faced, it's a pretty happy and awesome last movement. The concert is this Saturday, January 26th at the Flynn Theater here in Burlington, and Sunday, January 27th at the Paramount Theater in Rutland. Tickets are available at vso.org/events.